نزانم شمال من حزدکی شی من حیات شدکی جفید لترسونك یار جهویات خمیدکی جفید لترسونك یار جهویات خمیدکی.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Actually, during this summer season, we had an English debate course. In this course, we talked about 40 different topics. In this course, and today we have another topic to talk about, which is Kurdish referendum. But here, today, I don't want to express my opinion about Kurdish referendum. I want to leave the debate for the participants of the course. And now, but before starting our debate, I want to know about your opinions about Kurdish referendum. If you have, Iman Khan, if you have rights to vote, what do you say for Kurdish referendum?
If I have a right to vote, I will say not.
If I had right to vote, I would say yes.
Yes.
I will say not.
I will say yes. I will say yes to change our answers, dream to real.
Yeah, thank you for your opinions. But actually, when you say yes for Kurdish referendum and when you say no for Kurdish referendum, you should have your justifications for your opinions. Why do you say no for Kurdish referendum, Iman Khan?
The first, when I say not, is not meaning I'm not with be independent. It's just for this crisis and for this situation. We have so many big crises, but the biggest one is the economical crisis, that if we don't solve this problem, we can never be independent. And after 26 years of Kurdistan, the government can make 20-hour electricity for me. How can I vote to yes?
Yeah, thank you. Iman Khan said that, of course, now there are lots of crises actually in our region. And for example, if we have lots of crises in Kurdistan, how can we say yes for Kurdish referendum? Yeah, and that's why Kagzanko, Iman Khan said that, of course, because of so many crises in Kurdistan, she said no for Kurdish referendum. And what do you say?
First of all, I want to talk about why I want to vote to yes. We have been sacrificing since we defeated Saddam Hussein, and we have been governed by other countries since then. And you talked about crisis. Our government, why our government wants to make this a referendum to be independent. To be independent after not being independent is itself a great crisis, and after we were independent, we figure out how to solve our problems and our crises, and government's aim is to solve them.
Yeah, thank you, Kagzanko said that, of course, or if we don't or if we are not be an independent country, how can we solve our problems? Yeah, Fian Khan, what do you say?
Yes, that's right. Being independent is one of our community rights as the other countries in the world. But it has so many reasons that I will say not for referendum. That are all of us know that now we have so many crises and problems such as economic crisis and social crisis. Before intimating independence, we should solve those, and we should organize our inner situation for being an independent country. And in the other hand, the biggest problem for saying not for referendum is that I cannot trust our authorities to governing Kurdistan well. They had been separated for many different parties, and they are not consociate. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Fena Khan. Fena Khan said that, of course, we cannot trust our government and our leaders to be independent, and that's why she says no for Kajit referendum. Kak Muhammad, what do you say?
Yeah, you said I'm gonna say no because we'll face some crisis. But actually, every region when become a referendum, they will face some crisis. But we can fix it. We can fix it, and I believe my government to change some this crisis. Yeah.
Thank you, Kak Muhammad. Kak Rasi, what do you say? Why do you say yes for Kajit referendum?
Teacher, also for my friend's speech, who said that we cannot trust our governments, our politicians, and also we cannot trust our Baghdadi's politician also. And if you cannot change any crisis by this referendum, we can protect our borders with Iraq, because if you stay with Iraq after the case, after ISIS, they want to retake Kirkuk, Sinjar, Khanaqin, and for that we need to become independent to defeat our enemies and to protect our border.
Yeah, thank you, Kak Rasi. And of course, don't you think, for example, Kak Zanko or some of you said that yes for Kajit referendum, and now there are lots of crises, and your classmates said that, of course, they don't trust the government to be independent because, for example, now they have experienced it for 26 years, and they cannot provide the electricity for this region. How do you say yes for Kajit referendum, Kak Zanko? How do you think, for example, they don't trust the government to solve the problems? And how do you say, when you say yes for Kajit referendum, do you think they can solve the problems after Kajit referendum?
I want to say before Daesh attacked us, we had a good life, and our electricity or our other crisis that we have right now, we didn't have that time. And I think when we are in crisis, everyone says that we cannot trust our authorities, our officials to change this crisis or to fix them. But after we got independent, one of the great crises has been solved. So we'll figure out to solve them also. And for example, you said about other countries, they don't send their products to us, and we can produce our products by ourselves.
Yeah. Thank you, Kak Zanko. And there is another question for you. When you say no for Kajit referendum, you know, in 2003 we lost a very good chance for Kajit referendum actually. And of course, at that time, we had a very good chance for Kajit referendum in 2003. Unfortunately, we lost this chance. Don't you think this is another chance, and there is no need to lose this chance, because now the Iraq, if you can say, for example, has lots of crises, and Iran, of course, has, and our neighbors have lots of crises, and that's why they don't have time. They don't have, you can say, time for protecting themselves and for, you can say, for preventing us from being independent. Why do you say no, Iman Khan, for Kajit referendum?
Because I don't believe my government to slush and solve my problems, and I think if our neighbors ain't this referendum, I think we never can do this, because when they closing their bones, the exchanging of the productions will be stopped, and the things go be expensive, and it's a bad effect for us. But Turkish say if the Kurdistan doing the referendum, they can using a power.
Yeah, thank you, Iman Khan. Fena Khan, when you know, for example, now because of the bravery of Peshmerga and European countries and the others, you can say, or American people, they support us because of the bravery of Peshmerga when they attack, when they fight with ISIS. And don't you think, for example, this is a chance now, because at this time, they can support us for being independent, but maybe in the future if we lose this chance in the future, we don't have another chance.
Yes, I appreciate your idea. I appreciate your opinion about this opportunity, but I think losing this opportunity for being independent is better than losing our people's life. And I think getting independence and this referendum is really a big process that needs more experiences and needs more good plans and perfect army and perfect economy. Yeah, that's right. We have so many brave soldiers, but our armies are not perfect. You have the lack of weapons and so many things.
Yeah, thank you. Fiona Khan said that, of course, now we should have a plan, actually, according to here, and we should have a plan, and we don't have a good experience for being independent, and our army is not so perfect for being independent. And how do you say, Kak Muhammad?
Yeah, I'm with you. You say we'll face some crisis, but being independent we maybe fix this crisis. And actually, we don't need other countries' foods. We have a lot of lands to agriculture, and we have a lot of oil. We don't need them.
Yeah, Kag Muhammad said that, of course, now because we have lots of protections in our country, like oil or maybe agriculture, and sometimes we don't need the others to help us. And Kaglasi, what do you say when Fiona Khan said that, of course, now we don't have a good experience for being independent, and of course we don't have you can say, a connected army, and we don't have, you can say, a very good army, public army for protecting us. What do you say for Kurdish referendum? How to be an independent country?
Okay, teacher, I think it's a great opportunity and great chance to us to be independent, because in this time, right now, Peshmerga controlled entire Kurdistan, and Iraq in bad situations, they cannot resist us. Therefore, it's a good opportunity for us. It's a good time we do not have to delay it. And about the army, if Turkey attack us, it's an international crisis. It's not easy like that. If another country like Turkey, like Iran, try to attack us.
Yeah, thank you. Kagzanko, yeah, when, for example, there are lots of crises, you agree with a lot, economic crisis, social crisis, political crisis, we have lots of crises. And do you think after Kurdish referendum or our crisis, these crises will be solved? Do you think?
First, I want to talk about the army that you said. There are independent countries that they don't have strong armies, and not having strong army is not a controversial crisis that to be worried about. And then about the crisis after being independent, yes, I think because after we got independent, we will start relying on our products. We start to trust ourselves, not other countries, not rely on other countries, and then we can predict whatever we want after we got independent.
Yeah, thank you, Kagzanko. Iman Khan, what do you say? Do you think after Kurdish referendum our crisis will be better or will be solved?
I don't think so. I think after referendum our crisis will be grown up and make our peoples worse than before doing the referendum. If we late this referendum and make it like after 10 years, I think it's better than we do it in now. If the referendum making this crisis be worse, or what we do. But if we doing in the we have a good situation, if after referendum the crisis will be grown up, that I think it's not make a so big problem for us.
Yeah, thank you, Iman Khan. And Fiona Khan, what do you say? Do you think after Kajit referendum our crisis will be solved or will be better or not?
No, maybe after referendum, in my opinion, after referendum, the crisis will be grown and the strife will be more and more. I said that I cannot trust our authorities because first, before getting independent, we should organize our inner situation. We should prepare ourselves, our country, for being an independent country.
Yeah, thank you, Fiona Khan. And Kagrasi, what do you say if, or what do you think if after referendum, do you think our crisis will be solved or not? Yes, you should say your opinions.
Okay, teacher, I think we cannot change anything. You cannot solve anything after the referendum, but it will protect us. Like I said before, it will protect us with Iraq's army because we can take Kirkuk, we can take another cities and become independent. And
Yes, thank you. Kag Mohammed, what do you say?
Yeah, we cannot lose this great opportunity because some crisis, because every crisis will be solved by maybe 1 or 2 years later, but maybe a referendum won't be returned.
Yeah, thank you. But and the last comment about the Kurdish referendum, I want to ask you after we had our debate, what do you say? Do you say yes for Kurdish referendum if you have rights to vote or not?
I don't changing my idea and I say not.
You said not. And
finally, I want to say my opinion about it, and my last opinion that I never change it. We have been trying a lot, and we have sacrificed a lot, and this is a great chance, and we shouldn't miss it. Just imagine after independence, the votes of no were greater than the yes votes, and after that we say we lost a great chance to be independent. Maybe it's not. It won't be repeated after 100 years, after 50 years, and at last I think and I vote to yes.
yeah, thank you. Do you want to say something? Yes.
When you say if the no voters will be more than the yes voters, in 2003 we have another chance. We lose it. Now again we have other chance. If we lose this, maybe we have the other chance again.
Yeah, thank you, Iman Khan. And what's your last opinion about our topic about Kurdish referendum, Fiona Khan?
Yeah, I will say not for referendum because that's my opinion. Losing this opportunity for being independent is better than losing our people's life. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And Kag Muhammad, what do you say and for your last opinion about the topic?
Yeah, I'm still in my opinion. I'm gonna say yes. This is a great opportunity. It shouldn't be lost.
And teacher, also I'm saying yes because during the century our ancestors, Sheikh Mahmoud in 1921 and Qazi Mahmoud in 1944, and make a lot of revolution, but they cannot do anything until 1991. Our government could reach a federal system, and they do this for sake of independence.
Yeah, actually, at the beginning of our debate, I didn't say, I didn't express my opinion about the Kurdish referendum because I wanted to have a very good debate for the participants. But now I want to express at the end of our debate I want to express my opinion about the Kurdish referendum. Yeah, of course, I say yes for Kurdish referendum because even we have lots of crises, I know, and there are lots of crises, economical crisis, social crisis, political crisis, and of course our leaders are not so good for solving the problems. But now, even if we have these crises, now there is a very good chance, and there's no need to be lost. Like for example, Iraq has lots of crises, such as and that's why Iraq is not so strong in this situation. And of course, because of the bravery of Peshmerga, in my opinion, of course, the others, the European countries and the others support us because the Peshmerga fight with ISIS very well, and they support us for being independent. And that's why in 2003 we lost a very good chance, unfortunately, for being independent. But now there is another chance. It comes to us, and there is no need to lose this chance. And that's why I say yes for Kurdish referendum. Thank you for your very good debate, actually. And those who say no, they have their justifications for their opinions. When they say no, they said there are lots of crises, actually, and economic crisis and political crisis, social crisis. And of course, they said that, of course, the lives of the people are more important than the independence, and that's why they say no for Kurdish referendum. And they said, of course, maybe the neighbors, they close the borders from our region, and that's why they say no for Kurdish referendum. And those who say yes for Kurdish referendum, they said, of course, there is a very good chance because of the bravery of Peshmerga, and they, for example, now the others, the countries like European countries and the others, they support us because of the bravery, and they fight with ISIS. And because of, Iraq is, you can say, Iraq has lots of crises, and that's why they cannot prevent us from being independent in this situation, and that's why we shouldn't lose this chance. They said yes for Kurdish referendum. They have lots of justifications for their opinions. And thank you so much. We finish our debate. Thanks a lot.